Yeah. Good afternoon, students. How are you? I hope you all are best and fine. Yes, the students, and here we have to go to discuss the next component of our lesson, that is only separation of substances. We are already going with that lesson, separation of substances. That is the seventh lesson we are discussing, as it is about separation of substances. Got it or not, all the students? There is about yesterday we are discussed so many separation systems. What are the separation systems? We are separation methods. That in that separation methods we already completed about. There is three things. One is the hand picking. Another one is we are taken as a winnowing. Another one is it is taken as what actually sieving and filtration. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Now already we completed about the whatever the sieving here, that is what we are already in the which part, the methods of separations. We are going with the what, methods of separations. In the methods of separation, we concluded about what actually the remaining two things of two we are completed. Now we are going with the what? We are going with another thing, that is only, that is sieving and filtration. Sieving and filtration we are completed. Got it or not, all the students? And which one is called sieving? Which one is called filtration? Sieving and as well as the filtration. Sieving is what actually? Yes, when you take, there is a what, any of the metal or otherwise the paper, otherwise the cloth, the contents of what actually very small holes in it. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Yes, and that all the things are sent through that all the sievers. Okay, clear or not, all of you? It will be sent through the, which one? It is entered through the sieve. Sent through the sieve. At that time, it is a container what, very small holes. Between the one hole to the another hole, automatically the division. How? That is, you take a sievers, it is a container what actually like this structure may available for us. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Yes, in this particular structure, there is a what, because of this arrangement of either metal things or maybe threads or maybe fibers. Okay, now like the small holes may are get for us. Okay, now yes, when there is a make it is a more small, there is a whatever the particles are less than the small, okay, are enter through it. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Yes, and here we are by using this type of arrangement. Suppose you are sended somewhat floor on it. Okay, now wheat floor on it. Yes, the floor particle. Suppose the size of every sieving thing, it is taken as what? It is like this size it is there. Okay, now in case the size of that floor may be very small like these things. Okay, now small like these things may easily passes through it. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Otherwise, may like that big it is, then this one. When it is reaches to it, it is not possible to flow through it. This process is only called what? Sieving. Okay, got it or not? Otherwise, it is also called filtration also. Understood or not, all the students? Yeah, there is a, by using the filter paper, maybe how to divide the water impurities. Okay, clear on that all of you? So what impurities are there in a water? Yes, then which is a container more than the size of water molecule easily may possible to, yes, filter by the filter paper. Understood all of you? This is the simplest concept. What is that? Sieving and the filtration. Okay, now the sieving and the filtrations are working on which principle? Depending on the size of the particles of the substance. Okay, now depending on the size of the particles of substance, we are may possible to yes divide. There is a what is we have to possible to divide, which are contain a larger size. They may divide it from the smaller size. Okay, it is in case it is not possible by our hand picking also. Got it or not? Yeah. Now, how to prepare a filter paper? Yes, simply you take a normal thick paper. Yes, which are not become a wet for the water, that much of not easily wet from the water. There is you take the like a thick paper. Okay, and make it the holes for it, very small holes. Okay, very small holes taken by the small needle, and you take a very small hole from it, and once you separate the water from it. Okay, clear or not all of you? Yes, that is the works as a filter paper. Once we go with that experiment simply. Yes, you take a like this cardboard sheet. I am taken. This is the one of the cardboard sheet I am taken. Yes, and take a pins. Okay, now for it you take small pins. Yeah, you take like a pen it is, or I am taken pen, it is available with me. The pen only, in case you possible to take a small pins, and you take here the what like holes. Just a minute. You take it is like this and make a small holes on it. Okay, like this holes, make it the holes on it. Okay, clear or not all the students? Make holes. Okay, make it is holes like this. Got it? Like a small holes you have to make for it. Okay, got it? It is take a small holes. Okay, got it? Like the small holes you have to make for it. It is a become as a what for us? It is a works as a for us as a filter paper. As a filter paper. It is works as a for us. Okay, one of the filter paper. Got it? This is only the small holes I made for it. This particular paper, and you take there is a what somewhat dirty water here you are take here. You take here, there is a what somewhat water which is contained as a dirty mode you are take here it is, and you take it is on the one more particular glass Okay, once you take here the water is what here I am taken here water like this. Okay, got it? May it is a what flows through it. The water is now may not it is a what flows through it here. Got it or not, all the students? Somewhat water amount is enter into the in this particular. Now it is somewhat in a clean format. It will be entered. Okay, clear or not, all the students? And here, whatever the water is there, the water is contained what somewhat. Here I have taken the water on it. Yes, when you take a water and here it will be passes through the which one? It is a passes through these holes. Okay, clear or not, all the students? Now once take it out, it is a dirty water. That's why there is a water is a not a passes through it here actually. Okay, clear or not, all the students? It is not a passes through it. And in case we are taken this water is yes on this once check it out. Somewhat dirty things are okay now here. It is a deposited on it. Once I am taken here, okay, once check it out for my hand, there is a what? Whatever the particles are there, it will be attached. That filter is attached here. Okay, once I am taken here, one more time with this one, with the which one? There is a what I am taken. It is with the what I am taken. You know, yes, and clean water I am taken here. Okay, it is only work as a yes, it is only works as a yes our filter paper. You not need to go anywhere. There is you take somewhat a cardboard like the things and make hole properly. Okay, now make hole properly and here the water may yes passes through it. The water may passes through it and here when you take like that. Okay, suppose I am taken. This is only once again I am taken. Now I am taken a clean water. Now I am taken here what? Here I am taken a clean water. Once check it out. The clean water as in a droplets. As in a droplets. It is okay now. It is a passes through it. When I am taken it is a passes through it. Okay, like a drops it is a passes through it. May not appear for us. Once I am taken here, it looks somewhat. Once take it here, one drop, it is a filtered and it is a passes through it or not. Yes, it is in this way. There is a what filtered. Now the water is a what? It is a filtered in the mode of a filter. It will be enter through into this particular thing. Got it or not? Yes, like that. It is one drop. It will be. Got it or not? Yes. Yeah. It is only about a filter paper. In our this is called what? Filtering process. In the water also. So totally water is not passes through it. Yes, it is made possible by somewhat times taken by cloth also. You know very well. A cloth are contain the what? Very small holes. Yes, there is a cloth or weaving by cotton or otherwise any other things. By the which things? They are arranged in two ways. Already you have it in your 7th class. Okay, now as well as in our lesson also it is there. Okay, now there is a small yarns are there, threads. These threads are yes are arranged in this manner or not in the cloth. When you take one cloth, it is a contain the what small holes. So when you are taking the water on this particular cloth, automatically what is going on? Yeah, what is going on? Yeah, when it is taken a cloth, automatically whatever the dust particles, whatever the what impurities are there in a water, may they screen through this. Okay, clear or not all of you? In this way, there is we go with the sieving and as well as the filtration. Okay, the next component, the next activity here. Next activity. Why can't we filter salt water from salt water? Okay, clear or not all of you? Next activity 3 we are taking here. Activity 3. Okay, got it or not? Activity 3 you have to take here. The page number 68. Okay, now activity 3 you have to take here. What is there in that activity? You take a salt and mix it with the water. Okay, now it is a mixture of what now? Salt and water. You take that water, salt water, and once you take it the same on our whatever our filter paper is there. At that time it is possible to divide our salt from the salt water. No, it is not have possibility to here. Okay, clear or not all the students? Yes, there is when you take activity 3, in this one there is you take a water and dissolve, there is somewhat salt to it. Yes, got my point or not here? When you take here salt water, the salt water is the once dissolved. Okay, now yes, already it is contain the what? Salt as a mixture in the salt water. Okay, now yes, now it is a what? It is a totally taken as what? Salt water. Okay, now it is a what? Salt water. Now I want to my salt, whatever I am added to this particular, okay, now yes, this particular water. Got it or not? When you take here, there is a whatever this beaker is a contains what? Salt water. The salt water, it is a contain already salt particle as a mixture. It is a possible to divide that salt particle from the salt water? No, it is not have any possibility. It is not have a facility to change divide salt from salt water. Then what we have to do at that time? Yes, we have to do, there is a what we have to do here? We have to do here, yes, another process for the dividing the methods. Divide method separation we are taken another manner. What is that manner? Okay, once we have to discuss, that is only called what? Crystallization. That is a what? Crystallization. That is taken as crystallization. Okay. Yeah. Sorry students, there is a what we have taken here. Yes. Already we have discussed about the sieving and filtration. After completion, before completion of class, once again I repeat it. Listen carefully. Yes, somewhat are mixed with the water. Okay, now somewhat are mixed with the water. But we require again that mixed whatever mixing in the water. Suppose you take here sugar crystals or salt crystals are added with the water. What is going on? Because of the property of dissolving, okay, they are mixed with the water. But again we required, when it is again required, at that time it is not possible to take easily. Okay, now it is not possible to take easily. Yes, compulsory we go with the one more thing, that is only crystallization process. Okay, clear or not all of you? What is the crystallization process? You take a salt water over on a flame. You take a salt water over on a flame. Because of that, whatever the water is there, it is become as a what actually evaporated. It is evaporated. Till wait for the what? You take a beaker and in this one you take a salt water. Okay, now you take a salt water and for this you provide somewhat heat. Okay, now it is taken on the flame. Okay, now you taken it is on the flame. What is going on? Due to this heat, the water is become evaporated. But there is at the bottom or otherwise whatever the edges of the bowl is there, somewhat layer may get for us. Okay, now somewhat layer may deposited on this particular place. That is only called what actually salt. That is the salt. In the form of a crystal, it will be there. Okay, this process of differentiate whatever the dissolving in the water by using the heating process, it is only called evaporation. Okay, now when we make it is evaporation, the water is under evaporation. And because of evaporation, there is a whatever the crystalline substances are there, they remain like that only. It is called crystallization. Got it or not? It is only called crystallization. Got it or not, students? And the powder things are getting for us. That is only called crystallization. You know very well. Yes, preparation of salt. Preparation of the salt. It is possible by which thing? Preparation of the salt is possible by which thing? By using this crystallization system only. Yes, you take somewhat water. Which water? Ocean water or sea water. Okay, now they contain a maximum amount of salt here. Why it is contain that much of salt? Who is added the salt to that? Tell me. That much of salt, why it is a contain? Why it is a contain that much of salt in a sea water? Who is added that salt to that? See, you only. All the 6th class people are going to that particular sea and you added that. Correct only it is? Huh? No, I thought. Okay, clear? Yes? Yeah, who is added then? Yeah, there is a what? Sea water is came from where? From the rivers. Okay, now, yes, at that time it will be whatever the surface particles are there. The sea water may came from the rain or not? Yeah, there is a whatever the rain, it is a fall at where? Rain, it is a fall on the surface of earth. The surface of earth is a contain the what actually so many salt components. That all the salt components are made our water is that much of sea water is that much of salty. Okay, now yes, that already mixing with the water. Already there is a salt is a mixing with the water. That water will be taken in the somewhat small divisions we have taken. Yes, and beside of the sea there is a what we have taken. Yes, extracting of the salt from the sea water. At that time, wide pans and here there is a wide pans we have taken like this here. Wide pans we have taken here. On this wide pan we store the water. Simply what we have to do? There is simply we store the wide pans and in this one you take a sea water. After some days, because of which temperature? Because of temperature of sun, there is a whatever the water is there in these particular things. Okay, now yes, they become as a salt here. Everywhere is what is there? Water is there. In this process only, same similar to this process. Yes, the sea water is also converted as a salt inside it. You are sometimes feel like that only when you are when you are swimming the beach, or otherwise when you are bathing the beach. Okay, now yes. After some time, after bathing in a beach or otherwise swimming in the beach, you sit at a bank of a sea. Yes, sit at the beach. Okay, now when there is a sunrise or fall on you, there is a what on your skin somewhat salt-like particles, salt crystals are may get for you or not? Yeah, may feel like that it is. Okay, when you go for a beach, when you swimming in that, or otherwise when you Yes, dip in that. After once you come here, you sit it at half an hour or 15 minutes at the in the beach, not in the water, outside of the water in the beach when you sit it. Okay, because of the sun rays fall on you. Okay, what is the deposited on your face? Otherwise, you are on body. There is a totally the salt particle may get for you. Okay, yes, in that, why? Because it is occur. Yeah, there is a what? Whatever the water content is there, it is undergo the evaporation. After the evaporation, what is the remain? Yeah, there is a 100 degrees centigrade, the water is undergo the evaporation. But in that water, it is not only contain the water now, it is also contain what? It is also contain salt also. But salt is not undergo the evaporation. Yeah, that is only remained as it. Otherwise, one should check it here. Suppose you take our water heating process. Yes, in our generally when you are bath with the hot water only or not. This is a winter session, compulsorily taken hot water only. Got it or not? When you take a bowl, whatever the vessel we are used for heating the water. Okay, now yes. Otherwise, you observed whatever the water, heat water is stored through the heater. Okay, now or otherwise, carefully observe this. Yes, the surface of the heater after switch off that electricity, and the surface of heater somewhat white particles are deposited or not. Actually, heater is made with the what? Metal. That is a contain a different color. Okay, now yes, but that whatever the metal. Once you observe on that one, on that particular metal, somewhat is deposited. What is deposited? One layer of a salt is deposited. Otherwise, once you observe the vessel, whatever we are used for our daily life is for the hot water, and that one also, what will we get for us? On that one also, on the walls of that vessel also, some layers are there. That layers are only called what? Salt layers. Okay, now? Yes, why? Because whatever underground water is there in our house may contain some salty nature. Okay, now that salt nature, yes, the salts whatever there in our water, when we heat it, that is evaporated. Because of that evaporation, what is evaporation? Water is evaporation. What is the contain inside it? As a mixture, the salt is a contain as a mixture. That is remain like that only. In this way, the crystallization process is also one of the method of separation only. Got it or not? The crystallization is also one of the method of separation only. The crystallization is also giving one more use for us. That is only distillation. You know very well when we are next process is what? Distillation. Yes, before giving the injection to the patient by the doctor, he added to that whatever the medicine they are used in the form of a powder or in the form of any other whatever the liquid may somewhat is added, somewhat water is added. That water added, whatever the thing is, that is whatever we drinking that water is only added to it. No, it is. Clear or not, all the students? Got my point or not? When we observed once, there is a whatever the injections are given to the patient by the doctor, at that time whatever medicine is there, the medicine made is in a format of what? Most probably in the format of powders, that injections. Okay, clear or not, all of you? At that time the doctor is given directly that powder only to the patient. No. What it is made by the doctor? The doctor is added somewhat water to that powder. Why is added the powder? That water is added to the powder. Okay, clear or not, all of you? Why we added that powder? Why we added that water to the powder? Yeah, for what? Actually, our body is not taken a powder in the nerves. That's why that is may become diluted by the water. It may liquidized by the water. water whatever we are used in that injection purpose, that is a which type of water? Whatever the water we drink, that water is added, that may it is a mixed with the nerves? No, it is a very dangerous to our body. That's why only they taken what? Distilled water. It is a called what? It is a distilled water. What we are used? The distilled water we are used. Okay, now how we made the distilled water? Yes, how we made the distilled water? Yeah, we made the distilled water by using the evaporation process. Okay, now when we evaporated the water, yes, that is converted into the form of a what? Water vapor. You know very well. In our house there is a rain. Where does rain come from? In that lesson, you know very well. Where does rain come from? In that lesson we already discussed it. When there is a taken a water sources, in that water sources somewhat water is there. The water is heated by the sun rays, and afterwards there is a what? It will be, yes, it will be what? That the water whatever we taken in the presence of sun rays, that will be converted as a vapor, water vapor. That water vapor, yes, are cooled down, again it is a convert as a water. You know very well. That water is only called distilled water. It is only called what? No? Distilled water. What my point or not? After evaporation, whatever the vapor of water is there, when it is a cool down, automatically it is a become as a distilled water. Okay, clear or not all the students? That is the water is only used. Yes, so many times they used what? Distilled water only. Sometimes one liquid may add with the another liquid. That is another way in a medicine format. Whatever the medicine is required for the patient, for that medicine, somewhat we have taken a powder. When I am speaking about the powder, remaining not liquids. When we taken a powder, that powder compulsory may added with the what actually? The powder may added with that, yes, distilled water. What is the distilled water? There is a whatever the evaporated water is, vapor is there, that is a cool down, again it is a converted as a water. That water is only called distilled water. Yes, this process is called distillation. This process is called what? No? Distillation. Distillation. Got it or not? Yes, yes. What is a distillation? Evaporated water vapor, whatever there, that is a cool down, again it is converted as a liquid. That is only called what actually? Distillation. For this distillation purpose, one of the experiment is also given here. What is that experiment? You take here, which one? There is a two conical flasks we are now to take here. What we have to take here? There is a conical flask we have to take here. Like these two conical flasks we are taking here. Yes, one is, and it will be taken by the one rubber car. For this rubber car, you have to take one pipe. Okay, now? Yes, you take here one pipe. You have to take here. Yes, and this pipe is sended through which one? This pipe is again sended through glass tube. Yes, to the another conical flask. You take it is into the another conical flask, which is not at the same height compared with the what? Compared with our another conical flask we have to take here. Got it or not? Once you heat it here, you heat this conical flask. In this one you take a water and you heat it here once. Okay, what is going on? Yes, when you heat it is here you take like this small conical flask inside it. Okay, now clear or not all the students? And in that one there is when you heated this water, automatically whatever the water is converted as a vapor here, like this it is converted as a vapor. This vapor is entered through this tube and it will be, yes, processed through this particular, yes, glass tube and it is a solid in the in this one. Okay, the gas whatever there in the form of vapor, it is a passes through it, and in this process it is become cooled down and somewhat water will be available in this one. The total water is not become evaporated. Okay, now that is not totally converted. Suppose you take a 200 ml of water here, the 200 ml of water may not available in the second conical flask. Somewhat lesser than that liquid may available in that. Yes, why? Because somewhat evaporated. That evaporated is a cool down, and in this one you will get somewhat water here. Yes, and this is only called what actually? Yes, this is only we called actually distilled water. Okay, if possible tomorrow we have to go to conduct this experiment also. Okay, got it or not all the students? Today we are already discussed what is the crystallization. Got it or not? What is the crystallization? And as well as what is the distillation, what is the sieving, and as well as the filtering. Okay, clear or not all the students? Yes, this is the methods of separations we are taken. There is a what we are taken here today. Today we taken crystallization also. Crystallization means what? When we are given the heat to the substances, whatever the liquid particles are there, they become evaporated, and as a mixture, whatever the solid particles are there, they remained as some small particles inside that bottom of a substance, bottom of a vessel. That is only called a crystallization. Got it or not, our students? Yes, tomorrow we'll go with the sublimation. Okay, now tomorrow we have to go with the sublimation. What is the sublimation? It is a convert directly from solid to the vapor. That is only called sublimation. About tomorrow we have to go to discuss about that. And here somewhat student may have not understood sieving and filtering. Simple thing only, Nana. There is a filtering and sieving are nothing but there is you take a small hole for the separation of the substances. Okay, now then the lesser size, then the particles whatever there in the mixture. Suppose you take a mixture, in the mixture there is a different substances are there now. In that mixture whatever the substances are there, they contain somewhat size. Lesser than the size, lesser than the small size of that particular mixture substances, we take in the holes for any substance like a cloth or otherwise the cardboard, otherwise the paper, otherwise any iron like particles, otherwise the silver like particles, whatever you take here, there is whatever the distance between arrangement of one thread to the another thread or one particle to the another particle, as I am written on the board already. Yes, that small holes you taken based on a size. Yes, they may screen from that particular thing. That is only called what? That is called what actually? Filtration. Understood or not all the students? Then after you come to here crystallization. Which one is called crystallization? Yes, there is a mixture is a contained as a solid. Salt is a solid or not? Already we are discussed in the material. Yes, dilemma with sugar concept we are considered or not? Dilemma with sugar. Sugar is a solid or liquid or gas? Yeah, sugar is a solid as a crystal. When you are added, it is a dissolving in that our mixture of water. Okay, yes, we want to again that crystal, we want to make what the thing? We want to make it is heated. Because of heated, there is a what? It is a dividing as a crystal and vapor. Okay, now, yes, it is again divided as a solid and as well as the vapor. This process is only called crystallization. This process is only called crystallization. Got it or not? This process is called crystallization. Yes, and now the distillation. This is only again one more application of evaporation only. Okay, one more application of evaporation only. Yes, that is only about distillation. Already we are discussing separation. The vapor is a cool down. Okay, now again it is a convert as a liquid. Okay, that process only we taken either in our lesson, that is a condensation, and it is a distillation. Okay. Yes, thank you students. Bye. Take care. Your maths class may start. Go to maths class.